Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. If you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm very lucky in that sometimes brands approach me and ask me if I'd like to receive a certain product to unbox, review, try out. And this video is one of those videos. I'll tell you that now because some people like to run away when they realise that. This product today has been sent to me by a company that I've worked with twice before. They are called VSync and they have supplied for me so far my brand new Cosori air fryer, which I absolutely love, and a cordless vacuum cleaner, which I also really like. I don't think you guys can see it, but it's just there, and I keep it upstairs. It's a very useful size for upstairs. So when they got in touch with me and said, oh, would you like XX thing, I was like, oh, how lovely to work with these guys again. What they offered me was a Levoit Core 600S Smart True HEPA Air Purifier. Didn't know if I needed one of those, didn't know if I wanted one of those, didn't really know what one was. So before I said yes, because you don't automatically go, yes, I'll have that, whatever it is. Before I said yes, excuse my fringe, by the way, time for a trim. Before I said yes, I went and did a bit of research. Turns out, I do want one of these. I have experienced this year real issues with the pollen. We have, at the back of our house, trees that when we moved here 25 years ago were quite small and not very polleny. I don't know if that, can you even say that trees aren't very polleny? It certainly seems that as they've become more established, the pollen has begun to affect me more. And my bedroom faces the back of the house and I've been unable to sleep with my bedroom window open because if I do that, I wake the next morning and I'm dry eyes, dry, really sore nose, itchy, really just congested, feel bloody dreadful. I've noticed that if I close the window at night, I'm not experiencing that. Additionally, my bedroom is really dusty. I think this is because, obviously, they reckon the dust in your bedroom is quite a lot of skin, don't they, which is a bit grim, but also because the dogs do come in and out. Molly sleeps in there, so you've got dog fur and you've got dust from dogs and so on and so forth. And also because, let's face it, I'm a bit rubbish when it comes to housework. It's not one of my top priorities. I'm doing other things that I prioritise more. Turns out this baby should be able to help with things like that. The Levoit Core 600S Smart True HEPA Air Purifier is built to help you reclaim large indoor rooms with H13 True HEPA filtration and smart control. It completely filters a 635-foot square room 5 times in an hour, sending real-time air quality updates right to your phone. It has 3-stage filtration, which captures at least 99.97% of airborne particles that are 0.3 microns in size, as well as 99.99% of mold and bacteria and 99.9% of viruses. There is a custom high-efficiency activated carbon filter to filter out household odours, smoke, fumes and VOCs. And the ARC formula helps to neutralise household odours and biologically decomposes molecules, extending the filter life. It changes the air, as I said, in your room, a room up to 635 foot square 5 times in an hour, and will improve your indoor air circulation. And the AirSight Plus technology scans the surrounding air for airborne particles and adjusts the fan speed when the auto mode is turned on. The PM2.5 display will show you the amount of airborne particles that have been detected by the laser dust sensor, but it also has quiet technology to keep the noise levels low and will even switch itself to dark mode at night. You can connect the purifier to your Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant and work it remotely. You can even set it going when you're not at home so that you know you're coming home to clean air in your rooms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up in my bedroom and read through the manual, and I'll come back once it's all set up and running and we'll see if I can make sense of it. Okay, I've got a quick start guide and it says I need to twist the top half of the air purifier anti-clockwise and lift it up to remove it. First stumbling block, how do you hold it still while you're twisting? There we go. Lift it upwards to remove it and then take out the plastic packaging. So this is the filter, look at that beast. That's huge. The same kind of filter that you get in a vacuum cleaner, but it has carbon inside. Can you see the carbon coating inside? And that's what traps the particles apparently. So take the packaging off, filter back in, place top half directly back onto the bottom half, aligning each corner and press down to snap the top into place. There we go. Did you hear it click? I'm sure you heard it click. I can remove this label now. This is just a warning label telling me to take the plastic off the filter, which you've just seen me do. Plug in your air purifier, I've already plugged it in, and turn it on. There's on. So there's cool air coming out the top of that. It says I can download the VSync app, which I will go and do on my phone now. Okay, so I'm all set up and I downloaded the VSync app. Focus please. I downloaded the VSync app. There's Molly's face when she was a puppylet. And the good thing about this is I can link this to my Echo. So, watch this. Echo, switch on my air purifier.
Okay.
And bingo, we have air. Echo, set a timer on my air purifier for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Starting now.
These blue lines indicate that the air quality in this room is currently not too bad at all. So the windows are closed. I haven't shook anything around or, you know, made any beds recently or anything to kick up air. I've just turned the fan up. This is on turbo and that's quite loud, but you can put it onto a much quieter one for night mode, and apparently it will also detect when the lights are off in the room and turn the lights down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this, I'm going to close the door, leave this running for a bit, and I'm going to come back. The first thing I noticed when I came into this room was that I started sniffling and sneezing. So I'm going to come back in a few hours and see how we're getting on then, probably after work, see how we're getting on then, see if the air feels different in this room. By then, for a room this size, it should have changed the air in the room twice apparently. Just a little bit of feedback on how I feel about the product so far. I love the design. This is one of the larger air purifiers that Levoit do. They do some smaller ones, some little round ones that kind of sit in a corner of your room. This is one of the larger ones, but even having said that, it's sitting there quite nicely. It's not obtrusive. I've got it on the quietest setting at the moment just so that I could record, and I don't know if you guys can even hear it. I can just about hear it. It's so quiet. I think it's a nice design. I like the fact that the lights will go off at night. I love the fact that it's controllable via Alexa. And I found it very easy to set up, and I am technophobic. I run away from technology most of the time. So for me to be able to set this up quite straightforwardly without calling for help means it's quite simple. So far, it's a win.
Later.
Just got home from work. It's in sleep mode, which is why the lights have gone off. I just put it on sleep mode a second ago. I'm going to sleep for the first night in here and see if I wake up less congested and stuffy and hay fevery in the morning. Good morning, not long got up. As you can see by the state of me. Yesterday's makeup, sorry, I'm terrible at taking makeup off. I slept really quite well. I don't know if that was because the air in here had been clean the day before or because I was knackered, who knows. Still a bit foggy. I wake up every morning a little bit foggy in the throat, but I'm not quite as congested as I have been recently. According to my app, the air quality in here is 5. So I think that's quite good. After I've slept in here all night, if the air quality in here is 5, that sounds quite good, doesn't it? This is now on its lowest setting. It stayed on all night. I didn't hear it. It didn't keep me awake. It didn't disturb me. I'm going to come back in a few days and tell you if I've noticed any cumulative results from sleeping in what ought to be cleaner air. I've also just given Molly's bed a really good shake. Now I can see a lot of dust particles now flying around in the air. I don't think I can pick them up on camera. Although maybe I can. I can see them on the camera lens, who knows. But yeah, I can see an awful lot of dust flying around in the air now. Made me cough a bit. So I'm interested to see what the air purifier will do about that. And I'm going to have another read through my manual. Okay, I was just reading this section in my book. The lower the number, the better. So it says the PM 2.5 value on display shows the amount of airborne particles that are detected per 1 cubic metre. And then it goes on to say the lower number, the better. There you go, look, generally the lower the number, the better your air quality. A number above 55 indicates that there is an unhealthy amount of fine particles in the air. So I wanted to test this, and I thought a nice way to test this might be to change the air quality in the room by using my vape. Now, this is a nicotine-free vape. Logically, that should mean there are less nasties in it than in one that's filled with nicotine and whatever else they put in them. This should just be flavoured smoke. Watch this. You see the display? I'm going to take a few puffs and just blow it at the filter. I don't know if you could see the smoke, but you can certainly see the effect. So it went straight up to red, so it goes through blue, green, orange, red. Blue is very good air quality, green is good, orange is moderate, and red is bad. So I puffed that nicotine-free vape at it and shot straight up to red, and now it's dealing with the problem that I have caused by vaping around it. I think I mentioned this yesterday, that my bedroom's at the back, and I know I talked about the tree pollen, but one of the other issues I have is that it's right above my neighbour's barbecue area. And he loves to barbecue. He's a very nice man, don't have an issue with him, I'm not going to complain about his barbecue, but he loves to barbecue, which means I need to remember to shut my bedroom windows quite frequently. Interestingly, I think this is going to help deal with that problem. I apologise for my appearance, by the way. I realise I look rough AF. It is very early in the morning. But yeah, interesting. I think that's going to help deal with that. If this room gets full of his barbecue smoke, it's not going to be a problem anymore. That's already gone down from 999 to 108. It's going to go back into the moderately clean zone in a minute. So it goes into moderate when it reaches under 55. There we go, we went straight into moderate, which is the orange setting. Then when it gets under 35, it goes to green. And when it gets back under 12, it goes back to blue, which is very good air quality. There we go, we've gone to green. And now we're in blue, which is good air quality. So it's dealt with that vape smoke that I just blew at it quite efficiently. I just thought that was an interesting test.
1 week later.
Well, it's time to close out this video, but I thought I would give you my findings. I have now had the Levoit Air Purifier in my bedroom for almost a week. Whirring away right now. Currently, the air quality in this room is 8. Not as good as it has been. It's just gone up to 9. Interesting. Why is my air quality getting worse instead of better? Let's come back down to 8. It's around 8 or 9 apparently, it's flickering between the two. What I have found is that having slept in this room for a week with the air purifier on at night, on the auto setting, on the nighttime setting mode, I've woken up in the morning feeling better. Most mornings I've felt much less congested. I have had an ongoing problem with my nose for probably 2 years now, and in the mornings it's been worse. It's very sore. I presume that I breathe through my nose more in the night, although for the amount I snore, hello Molly, for the amount I snore, I'd be surprised if that's true. Either way, I've been waking up in the mornings and my nose has been more sore and I've been more congested. And I've been quite croaky. If you've watched my videos, sometimes I record early in the morning, you can hear that I'm quite croaky. This last few days, not the same. I can't promise you that that's due to the air purifier, but surely it's helping. Surely there's a significant something to notice there. I'm not scientific, I'm one of the least scientific people in the world, and you might think, why has somebody sent you a piece of what is essentially tech to review if you're not scientific? Because most of us aren't. Most of us just want to know, does this thing improve my quality of life in any way? And honestly, I think it's helping in my bedroom. My neighbour had a barbecue the other day, and one thing I did specifically notice, I'd got my bedroom window open, and when I came home from work, he was busy barbecuing, and I was like, oh, if I'd known he was going to barbecue, I'd have closed the bedroom window before I went out. When I came up into the room, the air purifier was busy whirring away, and I couldn't smell the barbecue in this bedroom, which was really strange because he's barbecuing right outside the window. So it pretty much done the job that I wanted it to do without me believing that it could. Sounds silly, doesn't it? I know it sounds silly. But there we go, it's whirring away there quite happily. It's taken my air quality back to something reasonable. I've got a blue ring there at the moment showing that the air quality in this room is okay. I've enjoyed trying it out. It's been something interesting because it's not something I considered before, but now I've got one, I think it's going to actually benefit us quite considerably. So thank you so much to the lovely people at VSync for sending me the Levoit Air Purifier, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm not sure that I was particularly informative, but hopefully you've gained something by it. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.